Hey, journal freaks, we made it to the table again today. Thank God. I didn't think I was going to make it today. As many of you who are following this know, I was at chemo with my mom yesterday, so that cancer can fuck right off. So this is what I'm working on today. I'm going to go ahead and set the timer and just do it, y'all. I am just feeling like a big crap today, but I wanted to journal. And that's what we do. You just give it 20 minutes and you give it 20 minutes and see where it goes. Oh, God. So, yeah, I guess just one thing that I wanted to say is that our president is, well, actually, he's hashtag not my president, but he is the biggest fucking asshole on the face of the planet. Isn't that pretty funny? About how he is also arguably the most powerful person on the planet, but he's also the biggest fucking asshole. I can say this because he just got multi-million dollars worth of our tax dollars to take care of him, and now he's telling people they don't have to be worried about COVID when they don't indeed get that kind of care. So it just really pisses me off with my mom being sick and everything that we've got such an asshole as a president. Glad I got that out of the way, because now I really need to focus on cancer, who is also an asshole. I mean, I guess the thing that bugs me about, well, there's the thing that bugs me about cancer. No, the thing that bugs me about our response to cancer, I think I told you guys, like one of my best friends who said, you know, it's like the 21st century and our response to cancer is still completely medieval. We lop off body parts and we bleed people and we feed them toxic poisons into their bodies to see if we can kill this fucking thing called cancer. There's a way to kill this fucking thing called cancer, and that is to clean up the environment, because that's what's causing our cancers. At least that's what's causing our cancers down here in Louisiana. We have the highest cancer rate. Our folks living in a place called Cancer Alley, which we have just recently renamed as Death Alley, and that is the toxic wasteland between New Orleans and Baton Rouge, where folks live and have the highest cancer rate in the world. In the United States, which is probably the highest cancer rate in the world. Don't quote me on that, but I don't have to be factual because I'm not the president of the fucking United States. You know who else is a motherfucking liar? Mike Pence. Motherfucking liar, hypocrite. He's supposed to be a Christian, but he's a fucking hypocrite. All right, I gotta get off of this because cancer. Yeah, so the other thing about cancer, y'all, and correct me if I'm wrong, doctors, nurses, whoever's fucking watching this, nobody, birds, correct me if I'm wrong about this, but it just feels like the medical industrial complex is completely invested financially in chemo. So alternatives to chemo are just not even talked about or not even sort of explored. And this is like interesting as it relates to my mom because, you know, she lost all her hair last week. All of her hair fell out from the chemo and she's feeling quite sick and all of her heart rate is up and everything's bad because she's got COPD and her doctor sent her to the emergency room. And then my mom said, what's the alternative? Or asked, what's the alternative? And the doctor told her, there are no alternatives. And I just don't fucking believe that. I mean, I believe that maybe there's no alternatives in the hospitals. Maybe there's, you know, no chemo alternative. I just don't know. But I just feel like doctors and the medical industrial complex, they're all invested so much in cancer, just like they're invested in mammograms when ultrasounds work so much better, but they're invested in the mammogram equipment. So they can't like just ditch the mammogram equipment and now go with the best equipment because, you know, they've spent all this money on the mammogram. So, I mean, I know you Americans know how this works. I'm sure you do. If, you know, this is coming as a surprise to you, I don't think it is. But the big question is, like, what can we do to fix it? It's not like we can all of it. Look, I'm a proponent proponent of universal health care, but it's not like we can all of a sudden go to universal health care from where we are now, because if that happened, people would lose their jobs. People would lose their jobs because, you know, like everybody in the insurance industry, for example, would lose their jobs. You know, so you have to come up with solutions for that. Like maybe what they have in England, where you can either get your free health care from the government, not free, it's paid for by your taxes, obviously. And if you want a little bit of extra care, like for example, if you want your pregnant wife to be in a room, or sorry, if you want your pregnant wife, if you yourself are pregnant and you want to be in a room on your own, then, you know, while you're having this baby or whatever, you might not want to be in a room with 5 other ladies who are in labor, then you buy yourself some additional insurance. And it's not even that expensive in the UK, y'all. It's not even that expensive in the UK, like compared to what it is here, because honestly, like, Patrick and I pay over $600, almost $700 a month, just for like, you know, basic health care. And then plus we still pay copays every time we go to the doctor or get something done. Like Patrick had an emergency room visit a couple of months, or last year or whatever. It cost $4,000, so I'm not sure why it cost $4,000. Our insurance paid $3,000 and we paid $1,000. So it seems actually ridiculous. Plus, you never know how much you're going to pay. Like I said, my mom has no idea how much she's going to pay for this chemo, and nobody seems to be able to tell her how much she's going to pay. So it's just really frustrating, and I don't know. I want to help her out, but she wants to do it on her own, and I totally understand that, but she's really sick right now. So that's the healthcare here in America, folks. And that's why I'm so sad this morning. That's why, I mean, cancer motherfucking sucks any way you look at it. Whether you have universal health care or you don't, it fucking sucks, y'all. And like I said, maybe we should start looking into that. Like, oh, what causes cancers? Maybe we should just, you know, work on like getting rid of the stuff that causes cancer, and to do some, you know, preventative or whatever. I remember when I lived in the UK in the noughties, and there was this big campaign. It was a big like government advertising campaign on TV, bus stops and everything, encouraging people to eat 5 fruits and vegetables a day. Now, everybody knows that you should try to eat 5 fruit and veg a day. If you don't, look, please try to eat 5 fruit and veg a day. It's so good for you. But the fact that it was reinforced by the government, that, you know, everybody was on message, that it was good for the populace, that it was good for people to eat 5 fruit and veg a day. It was good for society because if people are healthy, they're not in the hospital, and it just makes sense. And I really can't imagine Trump having any kind of campaign like that. He's all about the money. He's all about the art of the deal. He's all about fucking other people over, and that's who we have as a president. The only thing is, though, is that he's not very good at fucking other people over. I mean, he's riddled with bankruptcies. He's, you know, beholden to a German bank that he owes billions of dollars to. The German bank is underwritten by the Russians. I don't think I'm telling you guys anything that you can't read about in the Guardian newspaper, which is, I know, a left-leaning newspaper, but, you know, go look it up on PBS website then, if you want some objective news, because honestly, that's pretty much the only objective news these days, if there is such a thing. And what do you believe anyway? Because once again, Trump has, you know, basically ruined our trust, or ruined the nation's trust in the press. The press is a place where you go if nobody else listens to you. You take it to the press. You get it put in the press, and then something's going to happen. It'll force something to happen. Well, Trump fucked that for us. Yeah, completely fucked it. And I know I'm usually going off about him on Facebook. You can check out my Facebook page and everything. I don't normally go off on him here, but it's getting closer to the election, and I just want everybody to vote against him. So if you love me, if you love my mom and her family and all of that, please vote against this motherfucker. Please. I mean, even if you don't vote for, you know, Harrison Biden, which I really believe that you should vote for Harrison Biden, because we need to be extremely progressive, and we need to push those motherfuckers as well to be extremely progressive once they get into office. But if you don't want to vote for those, then vote for somebody else. You know, I was studying the ballot, and oh, by the way, study the ballot, because it's a lot more complicated than you think. But I was studying the ballot, and there are a lot more people running for president than just Biden and Donald Trump. So if you can't bring yourself to vote for Biden, I don't know, then vote for someone other than Donald Trump. I mean, you know, vote against Donald Trump is what I'm saying. You Republicans, you conservatives know what I'm talking about. You know this economy is not going to recover under Trump. He has no idea what he's doing. Jerome Powell is like basically barely holding it together. And the Congress is barely holding it together. So under this guy, under Mitch McConnell, under all these toxic, you know, white nationalists that are in our government right now, I mean, it's just, you know, what do we expect? Okay, I'm going to stop rambling, because I feel like I'm rambling like I totally lost my train of thought just now. Fucking fuck. You know what? I wish I had some of those little clouds. I don't know what I did with my little clouds. Cancer can fuck right off. Y'all, we're getting a puppy tomorrow. I mean, we're just fostering it. It's a Doberman, a male Dobie puppy. His name is George. And hopefully we're getting him tomorrow, because, you know, we've got like a massive hurricane bearing down on us right now. So, you know, who knows what the fuck is going to happen in the next, you know. Oh, I should mention that I may not be able to record these videos or anything in the next coming days, because we might lose power. We lose power a lot here during hurricanes. So that might happen. I just want to finish this one little, I want to finish this so I can move on. It's the sky, y'all. It's clouds. Yeah, I guess the thing about collage is that, I mean, like, obviously it's all about layers, right? I mean, although I'm not layering on top of things, except for here. The first layer I laid down was this Cancer can fuck right off, you know, and then I started to paste things down, and I'll probably also just start to do some pen work here, but probably after I paste things down and the glue dries, I will probably use some Marks a Lot, or some pens, or some paint pens. My favorite Posca paint pens. Posca, send me a bunch of your paint pens. Send me like anything new. I'll be so happy to review it for you. Do you think they're listening? No, nobody's watching these videos. Nobody's listening. I don't care. I'm doing this for myself, I guess. But, oh, I'm also doing this for you journal freaks. Because I hope that you are journaling right now, along with me. Is this good? Oh, shit. Actually, that doesn't show up so dark, so we'll have to use the dark blue. Here we go. That's better. Okay. These are supposed to be clouds, y'all. remember when we first started doing these videos and we were talking about Zentangle, and I was like, circles and squares, people, circles and squares. I mean, I still fall back on that, obviously. I still totally fall back on circles and squares. You can see that. I'm burping like crazy. Okay, so you see what I'm doing. I'm gonna kind of carry on like that. All right, let's put some other things on here. We need some other, oh, you know what? Cancer is like this, isn't it? Cancer is like, it's like it makes you into a barcode, doesn't it? Actually, it does make you into a barcode. It was so weird because I was with my mom yesterday, obviously at chemo, and they have to like scan her in, and they have to do this thing like Barbara, and then they say her full name, and they say her like her birth date and all of that, just to make sure it's going to the right person. Why? Because it's motherfucking poison that they're pumping into her system. That's why. They want to like make a mistake and pump that shit into somebody else. I mean, that would be like a huge mistake. Oh my God, and her veins like blew so many times yesterday. You guys know what that is? Oh, you don't want to know what that is. You don't want to know. Jesus in heaven, help my mom, please help her. Cancer can fuck right off. It can fuck right off. It can really, really fuck right off. This is why I'm not a songwriter. I'm a poet though, y'all. Did you know that? The water was on fire and the land had sunk into the sea. We were drunk on the last few profits of our waning abundance. It's a line from my film, our film. My husband and I are co-directors, co-producers, co-makers, I guess you would call it. Yeah, co-makers. Make this a little bit skewed. I like that. Okie dokie. Yeah, the AC's on again, all that good stuff. So I got the buzzy lights, all that stuff. Yeah, I mean, I'll try to get better as I go along, but honestly, I'm recording this like the cheapest way, cheesiest, cheapest, fastest way possible, with my iPad, who I call Larry, because I want to focus on doing the journaling. I focus a lot of my life on setting up cameras and making things look perfect. But for this, I just want to focus on the journaling. And maybe later, once I get my shit together, I can work a little bit on on the camera. On the camera stuff. Sorry, I'm getting like so into doing this that I'm forgetting that I'm actually here journaling with you guys, but I hope that happens to you guys too. I hope you just really get into it and you totally forget and lose yourself in it, because that's the beauty of art, is that you can forget about things and lose yourself in it. Well, I guess that's the beauty of meditation. These flowers, by the way, I drew. This one, and photocopied from notebooks. Also drew this one and all of these other things. I did not draw this. This is from our newspaper, from a column called Dirt Nerd, which is a very fantastic column. And I did not draw this. This came from some wrapping paper. That's, I don't know, can't even remember who wrapped it. It might not have even been a gift. It might have been just somebody gave me the wrapping paper and they were like, this is so cool, you're gonna love it, put it in your journals. And I did. So there's still pen work left to do on this, and I wanted to do it there to show you guys the process, but I think I need to let this dry, the glue dry a little bit before I do any more pen work, although I can do some pen work here. Well, the counter runs down 42 seconds. All right, y'all, I think I'm going to stop there. We all made it to the table, so yay. It may not have been fantastic, but we all made it to the table. I hope you guys can like, subscribe, and share. Obviously, it just really makes a big difference because I want to eventually record these live so that we can all live journal together. I can't record them live until I get 1,000 subscribers. That having been said, I don't care if I just have 3 subscribers. I really, really love the 3 subscribers that are subscribed right now, and maybe we can get more. But for you subscribers, and also for those of you who just come to watch free videos, which are totally cool, let me know what you guys want to see. If you see something in the journal that you really like, that you want me to explain how I did it or show you how I did it, let me know. If you find anything awesome that you've been doing in your journal, please share it in the comments, please. You know, it's so much fun. Like it's much better when we like share our techniques and tips and tricks. I like to share all of my secrets. So anyway, you guys, well, I'm going to go back here because Cancer can fuck right off. So I'll just pull this up so that we can see where we are now with it. I'm probably going to work a little bit more on it later. Okay, well, thank you guys. I hope you have a great day today. Thanks for coming to the table with me.